The first spine spring strategy that we're going to touch on is the hip hinge. One of the most common complaints that we see across all different types of low back pain is the inability to flex forward. Now, this is an alternative to flexing. We're going to take the flexing out of the spine and give it to the hips. Just like we talked about before, we're going to maintain a neutral spine, so I'm going to use this dowel rod to demonstrate. I have a nice neutral posture here. My head, my shoulder blades, and my butt are all touching this dowel rod. And instead of bending from the spine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my hips back and bend from the hips. Okay? Again, I'm maintaining my nice neutral spine. I have some tension here in my front abdominal muscles here. So if you poke this, you should feel some tension. And then I'm going to stand up, not by lifting my torso, but by driving my hips forward. So I'm going to, what we call, finish with the glutes. My glutes should be clinched in this position here. So why would we want to do this? Well, again, a lot of people don't tolerate that flexion motion. So if you are at your sink for a long period of time, washing dishes, washing your face, spending some time shaving here, all those things can produce back pain. So getting to a nice hip hinge is very useful. The difference between a hip hinge and a squat is basically with the hip hinge, we're going to drive our hips backwards. I'm going to have vertical shins, and I'm loading my posterior chain, my glutes, my hamstrings. The squat is also acceptable. However, a lot of situations don't allow a squat. So again, if I'm trying to shave here, I can't squat straight down, otherwise my knees hit the front of this. So I'm going to have to drive my hips backwards, and then I can spend some time in this position. So we can use that strategy to do different things. If I'm going to load the dishwasher, I open this guy up here. I'm going to have to hip hinge because, again, the door gets in the way. So we're going to have to drive those hips back, make sure I have good tension here. My spine is nice and neutral, and I'm much more likely to tolerate doing things like this.